In most current physics textbooks, the Michelson-Morley experiment is cited as evidence supporting special relativity. In 1922, Einstein said of the Michelson-Morley experiment, "It was the first path that led me to what we call the principle of special relativity." Curiously, near the end of his life, Einstein said he read Michelson's experiment after he wrote Special Relativity. Once light enters the vacuum chamber of Michelson's experiment, its speed is informed by the entry lens, at rest with the observation point. There is no relative motion within the chamber. The possible relative speed of light outside the chamber is cancelled by the lens. Einstein took for granted, as a matter of fact, that the speed of light from one source was the same relative to all coordinate systems moving relative to each other, contradicting Galileo's law of transformation. During his first trip to America, it was mentioned to Einstein that the recent Michelson-type experiments suggested that light speed is relative, and Einstein responded, "Subtle is the Lord, but malicious he is not." Empirical evidence is neither kind or malicious. It simply is what it is. Why did Einstein reference maliciousness in the result of the recent experiment? Who or what would sustain an injury from the experiment? Only special relativity and Einstein's reputation. This suggests a motivation for recalcitrance regarding light speed. Let's look more closely at Michelson's experiment. Michelson built equipment that allowed light from remote sources, like stars or Jupiter and Io, to enter its chamber. We know that the said chamber was moving at different speeds relative to the remote sources of light because Earth reverses direction every 6 months. Romer's experiment demonstrates, and Galileo's law represents, that the light from remote sources passes Earth at different speeds depending on the direction that Earth is moving. Michelson's experiment failed to demonstrate this change in direction. Why does Michelson's experiment fail? One unknown that the experiment is testing for is the variation of the speed of light due to the known variation in Earth's direction. Michelson's chamber is moving at any number of different speeds relative to different objects in the cosmos, but it is always at rest with the components inside the chamber. If mirror X was separating from A, then observing the light from X and Y at B would tell us that there was relative motion between X, Y, and A, so contradicting Einstein's relativity. At the end of this video, I posted the names and links of lectures given by Niels deGrasse Tyson and Mark Ancliffe describing the Michelson experiment. Their description is similar to mine, except that they do not consider the relative motion between X, Y, and A.